Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most profound Stoic philosophers, wisely remarked, "The soul takes on the color of its thoughts." This reminds us that every idea we entertain, every question we ponder, and every insight we explore plays a role in shaping who we are and who we can become. Now, imagine a version of yourself that is more perceptive, thoughtful, and wise. A version that can unravel the complexities of any problem, make sound decisions, and live a life filled with purpose. Does it seem out of reach? It doesn't have to be. This transformation is entirely within your grasp. In this video, we'll introduce you to 10 powerful Stoic techniques that have stood the test of time. These methods are designed to sharpen your mind, expand your understanding, and elevate your thinking to extraordinary levels. It's an opportunity to unlock the hidden depths of your potential and step closer to becoming the person you aspire to be. If you're eager to grow, gain clarity, and cultivate wisdom, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. The journey to unlocking your brilliance begins here and now. Number 1. Turning challenges into opportunities. For a Stoic, adversity is not a barrier, but a proving ground for personal growth. Instead of shying away from difficulties, we embrace them as essential for honing our character and revealing our inner strength. Much like a forge tempers steel. Where others see obstacles, we see potential. As Epictetus reminds us, disease is an impediment to the body, but not to the will. Challenges don't weaken us. They provide the chance to build resilience and fortitude. Pain, illness, and setbacks test both body and mind, but instead of yielding to self-pity, we can transform these trials into opportunities to cultivate patience, endurance, and grit. Marcus Aurelius offers another perspective. Can anyone prevent you from being good and upright? No one but ourselves has control over our actions and character. We can choose to act with integrity and kindness regardless of the challenges we face. Nature itself turns every obstacle into a stepping stone for growth, and so can we. By practicing patience in the face of insults or seeking positive aspects amid adversity, as Epictetus suggests, we build our capacity for perseverance. Success demands that our desire to achieve surpasses our fear of failure. Fear, if unchecked, becomes a paralyzing force, robbing us of opportunities and dimming our potential. Yet, fear can also serve as a powerful motivator when confronted directly. It's not a wall, but a challenge, one that, when overcome, strengthens our resolve. Each encounter with fear is an opportunity to grow stronger. By stepping outside our comfort zone, we can transform fear into a source of energy and passion, fueling our efforts to overcome challenges and reach new heights. Master your fear, and you master your destiny. The story of Sam Sullivan, former mayor of Vancouver, illustrates the transformative power of Stoicism. After a skiing accident at age 19 left him quadriplegic, Sam spiraled into depression. For 6 years, he grappled with despair, but Stoicism became his lifeline. By shifting his perspective, Sam turned his adversity into a catalyst for growth. He began training his body with simple movements and transformed his outlook from victimhood to agency. His resilience and mental fortitude exemplify the Stoic principle of finding strength in life's most challenging moments. Every challenge presents an opportunity to cultivate strength, resilience, and wisdom. Much like an F1 racer needs tough tracks to refine their skills, we need adversity to unlock our potential. By embracing life's difficulties with determination and optimism, we turn them into powerful forces for self-improvement and success. Number 2, focus on what you can control. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once wisely stated, "The path to happiness is to stop worrying about things beyond your control." This profound insight forms the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. While we cannot control the external world, we can master our reactions to it. The Stoics teach us that life is divided into 3 spheres: things we cannot control, things we have partial control over, and things we can completely control. True peace comes from recognizing this distinction, letting go of what lies beyond our influence, and focusing our energy on what we can change. So, what falls outside our control? Unfortunately, almost everything. You cannot dictate what others say or think about you. You cannot choose the genes you inherit, the circumstances of your birth, or the environment in which you were raised. Tragedies, like natural disasters, accidents, or the untimely loss of a loved one, are beyond your power to prevent. Even your health is not entirely within your control. Illnesses such as cancer, diabetes, or Alzheimer's may strike unpredictably. Similarly, the values you were taught, the cultural norms you inherited, or the judgments others make about you are not yours to command. Trying to control or worrying about these things only leads to unnecessary stress. Much of our suffering stems from our refusal to accept the uncontrollable. The first step to a happier life is embracing the reality that we can't control everything. If we cannot influence external events or other people, what is left to control? The answer lies in ourselves. Our thoughts, judgments, and actions. These are the areas where we hold complete authority. In Stoicism, it is not the events themselves but our perception of them that determines our experience. By choosing how we interpret and respond to challenges, we shape our reality. For instance, when faced with adversity, you can either see it as a punishment or a chance to grow. That choice is entirely yours. Buddhism echoes this sentiment in the parable of the 2 arrows. When struck by an arrow, you experience the initial pain, an unavoidable reality, but the second arrow, which represents your thoughts and emotional reactions to the pain, is optional. Asking, "Why me?" or wishing the event hadn't occurred only deepens the wound, creating unnecessary suffering. This second arrow is the mental anguish we inflict upon ourselves. By controlling our thoughts, we can choose whether to let this second arrow fester or to rise above it. Modern psychology often refers to catastrophizing pain, where we amplify our suffering. This habit can stem from being unaccustomed to discomfort or from seeking external validation, such as sympathy or attention. Social media, with its tendency to reward expressions of victimhood, can exacerbate this behavior, encouraging people to magnify their pain for external affirmation. But in dramatizing our struggles, we trap ourselves in prolonged suffering. As the Buddha taught, we make the second arrow far more painful than the first. The key is to break this cycle by reframing our perspective. A critical aspect of catastrophizing lies in the ego's belief that our pain is unique, the idea that no one else has ever endured this isolates us, making the pain feel heavier. In reality, countless others have faced and overcome similar challenges. Recognizing this commonality helps us let go of the ego and approach our struggles with humility and resilience. Pain is inevitable, but how we endure it is our choice. You can allow pain to define you, or you can use it to grow stronger. The Stoics remind us that hardship is not the end, but a test of our willpower. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts and actions, we can overcome challenges with dignity and find peace in the chaos of life. Number 3, living in harmony with nature. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies the principle of living in harmony with nature. Nature is not some distant, abstract concept, but the essence of all existence, the universal flow of which we are an integral part. To live in accordance with nature is not about abandoning modern conveniences or returning to primitive times, but about aligning ourselves with the natural laws of the universe and embracing what is beyond our control. Nature is impartial, operating by its own rules without judgment or favoritism. Resisting these natural rhythms only invites frustration and suffering. Instead of fighting against the inevitable, we must accept what cannot be changed and focus on the one thing we can control, our own thoughts and actions. Nature, with its timeless wisdom, offers guidance to those willing to observe and learn. Just as trees gracefully adapt to the changing seasons, we too must embrace life's cycles of growth, decay, and renewal. Every moment is fleeting and irreplaceable, a reminder to cherish what is now and live fully in the present. Living in harmony with nature does not mean rejecting the comforts of modern life. Instead, it calls for mindful use of these conveniences, ensuring they serve us rather than control us. Contentment arises not from constant accumulation, but from appreciating what we already have. Greed unchecked steals our inner peace and blinds us to life's simpler joys. To live according to nature is to lead a life of simplicity, free from the relentless pursuit of material possessions. Recognize when you have enough and find happiness in the small, everyday wonders of life. By observing nature's rhythms, the rising and setting sun, the falling leaves, we learn acceptance, patience, and the art of letting go. Consider the tale of the small dog who ran tirelessly in circles, trying to catch its own tail. Exhausted, it collapsed in frustration. A wiser, older dog passed by and asked why it was so worn out. The small dog replied, "I was told that if I could catch my tail, I'd find eternal happiness and joy, so I chased and chased until I couldn't anymore." The older dog nodded knowingly and said, "I too once believed that happiness lay in catching my tail. I ran in circles just as you did until I was utterly exhausted. But then I realized something. When I stopped chasing, happiness and joy naturally followed me everywhere I went." This fable illustrates a profound truth. Happiness is not something we can force or chase. Many of us exhaust ourselves in pursuit of fame, wealth, or status, believing they hold the key to fulfillment. Yet, true happiness often lies in appreciating what we already have and allowing life to flow naturally. Many of life's most valuable things, including happiness, cannot be forced. They emerge when we stop resisting and allow events to unfold naturally. The highest form of living is to achieve without striving, letting go of unnecessary struggles and embracing the natural course of things. By doing so, peace and joy will follow effortlessly. Let nature guide you and you will find a life rich with meaning and serenity. Number 4. The path of virtue. Leading a life of virtue is the ultimate aim for Stoics. In Stoic philosophy, virtue transcends simply being good. It is about refining and elevating humanity's rational nature. By living virtuously, we achieve a life that is not just good, but truly fulfilling and complete. This ideal is embodied in 4 core virtues: wisdom, prudence, sound judgment, clear understanding, justice, fairness, kindness, benevolence, courage, bravery, perseverance, honesty, confidence, and self-discipline, self-control, humility, orderliness, forgiveness. Embracing and practicing these virtues leads us toward eudaimonia, a life that flourishes in goodness and purpose. Stoics assert that virtue is holistic and interdependent. It cannot be fragmented. Each virtue supports and strengthens the others. One cannot display true courage without self-discipline, or exercise wisdom without fairness. Together, they form a balanced and unified way of being. Virtuous living is its own reward. We act rightly not for recognition or gain, but because it aligns with reason and the natural order of things. By choosing virtue, we cultivate inner tranquility while contributing positively to the well-being of our community and the greater world. It's important to remember that living virtuously is not an unattainable endpoint, but a lifelong journey of growth and refinement. Every small act of kindness, every wise decision, and every moment of self-control moves us further along this path. Begin today by practicing even the smallest virtues, and over time, you will discover yourself advancing toward a richer, more meaningful existence. Number 5. Living courageously. Every Stoic is a warrior at heart, prepared to confront whatever challenges life presents. These battles may be external, defending oneself, one's family, or justice, or internal, grappling with temptations, corruption, or personal pride. History offers countless examples of Stoic courage. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, spent 19 arduous years safeguarding the Roman Empire from Germanic invasions. His courage was not confined to the battlefield. He also fought an internal battle against the corrupting influence of power, striving to remain virtuous despite his immense authority. Seneca, another towering Stoic figure, faced his forced death under Emperor Nero with unwavering bravery. He boldly proclaimed, "You can kill me, but you cannot harm me," a testament to his steadfast spirit. Similarly, Thrasea, a Stoic politician, stood defiant against Nero's tyranny, fully aware that his resistance would cost him his life. He met his end with dignity, embodying the unyielding spirit of a Stoic warrior. Stoics do not shy away from the realities of life or withdraw from society in pursuit of inner peace. Instead, they confront hardships and fight for justice. However, true courage is not reckless. It is deeply intertwined with wisdom, justice, and temperance, particularly wisdom, which enables Stoics to discern right from wrong and make sound decisions. In our modern world, courage often takes forms beyond physical confrontation. It can manifest in speaking out against injustice, challenging harmful ideologies, or standing firm for one's principles. A Stoic is not passive, but ready to act decisively when it comes to defending their values. As Epictetus wisely noted, life is like a military campaign. Each of us has a position and a duty. Hold your position, fulfill your duty, and fight with all your might for your ideals. This perspective reminds us that courage is not limited to grand acts, but can also be seen in the everyday battles we face. Resisting fear, standing up for what's right, and persevering in the face of adversity. We all face the same ultimate reality, death, but how we live determines the legacy we leave behind. You can choose to live boldly, fighting for truth and justice, and die with honor, or succumb to fear, living a life of regret and passing away in obscurity. Living courageously means embracing life's challenges with integrity, wisdom, and strength, knowing that a life fought for what is right is a life well lived. Number 6. Living simply. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies simplicity, a way of life centered on removing excess and focusing only on the essentials. A core Stoic lesson is learning to desire less. Many people believe that happiness stems from acquiring more, success, wealth, fame, or possessions. However, this constant craving often complicates our lives and enslaves us to our desires. The Stoics teach us that true freedom comes from wanting less. When we anchor our happiness to things we lack, we set ourselves up for dissatisfaction. Life has already given you much. You only need to see and appreciate it. Focus on what you have and make the best use of it. While you cannot control what is absent, you can fully harness what is present. Real wealth and power lie not in the accumulation of possessions, but in how you use what you already possess. If you continually expect life to provide everything you desire, disappointment will follow. True contentment comes from accepting life as it is, appreciating what you have, and making the most of it. It's natural to have certain desires, basic needs for comfort and fulfillment, goals and aspirations for a better life. Striving for self-improvement and working towards a brighter future are positive pursuits. Stoicism doesn't demand the eradication of all desires. Instead, it calls us to desire wisely, cherish what we have, and make purposeful use of it. According to Stoicism, a fulfilling life comes from governing your character. Happiness begins within. While meeting essential needs is necessary, many of us overburden our lives with things we don't truly need. Simplifying our lives means eliminating unnecessary clutter, not just in material possessions, but also in our thoughts and actions. Regularly reflect on whether your thoughts, possessions, or actions contribute to your growth and happiness. Ask yourself, is this truly necessary? If it isn't, let it go. This practice clears the path for a more meaningful and contented life. Living simply is not about deprivation, it's about clarity. By focusing on what genuinely matters, you free yourself from the distractions of excess and create space for peace, purpose, and joy. Number 7. Accept whatever happens. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher-emperor, offered a profound perspective on harmonizing one's will with reality. He likened life's events to prescriptions given by a doctor. Just as we take medicine to heal and strengthen our bodies, we should embrace all experiences, whether pleasant or painful, as tools for personal growth and self-improvement. The events we encounter in life, whether joyous or challenging, are not arbitrary. They are part of the natural order, designed to help us grow into stronger and wiser versions of ourselves. Even hardships, though difficult in the moment, often contain valuable lessons that fortify our inner strength and resilience. Nature operates as a vast, interconnected system where good and bad are often indistinguishable in the long term. A misfortune today may lead to future blessings, just as good fortune may carry unforeseen challenges. By accepting every event as if we had chosen it ourselves, we can navigate life with greater peace and purpose. By shifting our outlook, we transform from passive victims of circumstance into empowered creators of our own narratives. Acceptance doesn't mean surrendering to fate. It means taking responsibility for how we respond and finding meaning in every experience, no matter how unexpected. One of the most inspiring examples of Stoic acceptance comes from the life of Thomas Edison. At the age of 67, after a long day in the lab, Edison was informed that his laboratory had caught fire. Chemicals stored in the building fueled the blaze, creating vivid green and yellow flames that consumed years of work and effort. Instead of despairing, Edison told his son, "Go get your mother and all her friends. They'll never see a fire like this again." He marveled at the spectacle, accepting the loss with remarkable grace. The very next day, Edison began rebuilding his lab and starting anew. This story exemplifies the Stoic approach to life. Edison's response wasn't one of resignation, but of resilience. He faced reality as it was, accepted it without resistance, and redirected his energy toward what he could control, rebuilding and moving forward. Stoic acceptance is not about passivity or giving up. It's about aligning your will with reality and focusing on what lies within your power. When faced with challenges, the Stoics urge us to let go of resistance, embrace the situation, and take constructive action. By doing so, we can find strength in adversity, create meaning from chaos, and live with greater serenity and purpose. As Marcus Aurelius taught, life is a flow of events beyond our control, but how we respond to them is entirely up to us. Number 8, don't amplify everything. Are we confining ourselves within invisible walls built from our own fears and anxieties? Are we allowing imagined pains and potential worries to dictate our lives, overshadowing the beauty of the present moment? How often have we spent sleepless nights fretting over uncertain future events, consumed by the fear of what might go wrong? How many times have we been haunted by past mistakes, forgetting that what truly matters is happening now? Pain is an inevitable part of life, but much of the suffering we experience stems not from reality, but from the scenarios we create in our minds. Ask yourself, how much of your pain is rooted in actual events, and how much is merely the result of overthinking and exaggeration? Don't let hypothetical troubles hold you captive. Don't allow fear of what could happen rob you of the joy and peace available in the present. Live each moment fully, address challenges as they come, and have faith in your ability to navigate difficulties with strength and clarity. Seneca wisely observed, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." This timeless truth highlights humanity's tendency to magnify pain, often worrying excessively about situations that haven't even occurred. Our minds construct worst-case scenarios, leading us to drown in unnecessary fear and stress. Sorrow and pain only exist when they are real. Don't let invisible fears overwhelm your mind, and don't allow your imagination to turn minor concerns into overwhelming nightmares. Instead, shift your focus to the present and what is within your control. When you approach life with composure, you'll find that many imagined difficulties never materialize, and when genuine challenges arise, you'll face them with resilience, knowing that you have the strength to overcome them. Don't let fear of the future rob you of today's happiness. Live in the moment, savor the beauty around you, and trust yourself to handle what comes next. Life is fleeting, and it's too precious to waste on suffering over things that might never happen. By releasing exaggerated fears, you free yourself to experience life as it is, not as your mind imagines it to be. Trust in your strength, focus on the present, and embrace each day with courage and serenity. Number 9, living fully in the present. Lao Tzu once wisely remarked, "If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. The past is a river that has already flowed, and the future is an ocean we cannot yet see. What remains? The present is the only moment we truly have to live." The past, whether marked by joy or regret, is unchangeable. It shapes us, providing lessons and experiences, but dwelling on it is like carrying an unnecessary burden. If you find yourself ruminating over past mistakes or reliving past successes, you are allowing your energy to be consumed by something that no longer exists. Instead, view the past as a teacher, helping you grow and live better today. How often have you found yourself stuck replaying failures or sorrows? These moments, though part of your journey, are gone. For instance, a joyful walk with your dog this morning is already part of the past by this afternoon. Acknowledging this truth helps us to let go and redirect our focus to the present. While the past often ties us down, the future can feel equally overwhelming. As humans, we lack the power to predict what lies ahead, yet many of us create imaginary futures in our minds, leading to unnecessary stress. Whether it's an upcoming interview or an exam, worrying about what might happen robs us of the peace available in the moment. This habit spans all ages, manifesting as endless what-if questions that erode our present joy. The solution lies in shifting your focus. Neither regret the past nor obsess over the future. Live fully in the now. The past offers wisdom, and the future gives us purpose. but the present is where life happens. If you find yourself stuck, it may be because you've neglected to fully appreciate the present. Perhaps you've set expectations for your future self while failing to value who you are right now. Instead, nurture the habit of grounding yourself in the present through mindfulness practices like meditation, journaling, or simply taking a moment to breathe deeply and observe your surroundings. Living in the present doesn't mean ignoring the past or abandoning plans for the future. It's about balance. The past offers lessons and experiences, while the future provides direction and goals. But neither should dominate your thoughts. Accept what has been, anticipate what's ahead, but live here and now. Focus on the details of your current reality, the rhythm of your breath, the warmth of a loved one's smile, the taste of your favorite food. Savor the small joys that make life rich and meaningful. Appreciate what surrounds you, and remember that the present is a gift, a fleeting treasure that deserves your full attention. Don't let the noise of life drown out the beauty of the present moment. Spend time on activities that bring you happiness, with people who matter most. Cherish every moment and live intentionally, because the present is the only thing we truly own. By embracing the present, we unlock the fullness of life, find peace within ourselves, and live with purpose and joy. The present moment is not just a fleeting second, it's the foundation of a meaningful existence. Number 10, embracing mindful living. Mindful living goes beyond a mere lifestyle choice. It is a practice of cultivating deep awareness and attentiveness to each passing moment. It means immersing ourselves fully in the present, consciously observing everything within and around us. The reward? Enhanced focus and productivity, enabling us to execute tasks with unmatched precision and efficiency. Mindfulness is not just about observing the external world, but also listening to the inner dialogue of our consciousness. A mindful person tunes into their emotions, thoughts, and reactions to external events. By practicing this constant awareness, the mind gradually becomes clearer and more peaceful. This journey of self-awareness not only deepens our understanding of the world, but also helps us connect with our true selves on a profound level. However, mindfulness is not an effortless skill. It requires deliberate practice and patience. Cultivating mindfulness involves step-by-step awareness, paying close attention to each thought and action. This vigilance allows us to minimize errors, avoid regrets, and ultimately lead a life filled with joy, meaning, and tranquility. Mindful living is not limited to observing our consciousness. It trains us to recognize how our minds react to various external stimuli, what we enjoy, dislike, or even reject. Consistent mindfulness practice helps us become aware of these responses, allowing us to control and adjust them effectively. For example, when negative thoughts or internal conflicts arise, mindfulness empowers us to address and transform them before they manifest outwardly in harmful words or actions. This proactive approach not only helps us avoid unnecessary trouble, but also strengthens our ability to maintain self-retrieve and emotional resilience. Mindfulness is more than staying alert. It means dedicating our full attention and mental presence to each activity. This immersion allows us to understand our thoughts and emotions deeply while remaining attuned to changes in the environment around us. When we direct our focus this way, tasks are completed not just efficiently, but with remarkable precision and care, leaving little room for error. The secret to exceptional work lies in the energy, concentration, and determination we channel into our efforts. By pouring ourselves into each task, the quality of our output reflects not just technical excellence, but also genuine passion and dedication. This mindful approach not only optimizes resources and saves time, but also ensures that our mental energy is neither scattered nor wasted, fostering both creativity and productivity. Living mindfully transforms how we experience life. It heightens our self-awareness, sharpens our focus, and deepens our connection to the present moment. This approach helps us complete tasks with mastery while ensuring we savor life's journey to its fullest. Mindfulness is the key to cultivating a life of balance, fulfillment, and purpose. By committing to this practice, we unlock the potential for a more harmonious and deeply satisfying existence. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video on 10 transformative techniques for living a better life. I hope these insights have provided you with valuable tools to cultivate peace, happiness, and purpose in your journey. If this video resonated with you, consider sharing it with your family and friends as a thoughtful gesture. You never know. These techniques might inspire them to make positive changes and enhance their lives as well.